Hello, everybody. It's another sport that has just started up again. It's college basketball. They canceled March Madness last year. It's a bummer. I always do an AI that works on March Madness every year and a bracket predictor and all kinds of stuff for the men's college basketball tournament and the women's college basketball tournament. And so that didn't happen last year, but I did just dust off the college basketball algorithm file and just imported new odds from RotoWire and updated, looks like pulling all the stats from this. Looks like about 2 or 3 games a lot of teams have already played. There's an injury report with a bunch of different players. This is new stuff. 347 people on the injury report. There are player stats. Oh boy, 3,300 players. I have to start organizing this. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do scoring yet for the players, but boy, we've got a lot of fun stuff in here, and here we go. So let's talk about the first day here. So this is going to be a subscription product for people who want this every day because I can update this every day. Man, I really don't want to spend a ton of time on it, but it's going to kind of be fun because there are a lot of games every day, and this thing's pretty automated. It's pretty good. So, but I'm going to make it better by doing player stats. So there probably will be some effort making the actual point projections this year, which I haven't done in the past. So let's talk about what this file already does. So on Thursday the 3rd, there are games. There are 8 games, and you can import all the odds directly off of RotoWire. If you want to subscribe to this file, you'll get this, and you can also update this if lines change on RotoWire has sports betting odds. You can just copy and paste that in there, and it's going to automatically populate all this stuff. And what this is these are college basketball games. Chicago State is playing Eastern Illinois. It's at 3 o'clock tomorrow. According to this power strength thing, this is a tried and true tested formula that I've used in March Madnesses in years past. I've been doing this for college basketball for many years. And this right here, there's a distribution of all the different stats that they give you. And this thing wins really well. When I predicted it in March Madness 2 years ago, this percentage was the best distribution percentage to predict the games, like retroactively looking at March Madness a couple years ago. So it's like, a certain amount cares about wins and loss percentage. You take away for a loss. You take something away for opponents scoring a lot of points per game. Your points per game you add. Strength of your schedule matters. Offensive strength of schedule. Adjusted offensive rating. These things kind of mattered a lot. And so I'm using them again. And they're creating a power strength over here, which is like the strength of the team, basically. This power strength right here. So who has the highest power strength so far this season? It's St. Louis, according to this. Then Louisiana State, then Maryland, then Houston. This is going to be different than, actually maybe it is the best ranking. Now, yeah, St. Louis is apparently ranked number 1 also. So Louisiana's 2, Maryland 3, 4. Then it starts to break up. We have Southern Illinois, Edwardsville above Texas Tech, although it's the other way around here, according to the ranking system. Anyway, this is pretty cool. You're going to get a lot of power strengths here. And so what this is going to do, let's go back to the odds sheet and talk about games and how this actually works. This is saying that Chicago is a negative 20% power strength. They're 0-2. They give up a lot of points. They're not a good team. Eastern Illinois is better. They're at 10%. So there's a marginal difference here of 30% that goes in favor of Eastern Illinois. So that's why they're obviously a huge favorite on the money line. They're minus 20,000, 2,000. Oh my God, I've never even seen that. That's crazy. So obviously there's no money to be paid there, and Chicago State's supposed to get destroyed by Eastern Illinois. So that's probably an unbettable game. Well, what about Winthrop at Arkansas State Little Rock? Here, these look like 2 better teams. Winthrop's at 25%, Arkansas Little Rock's at 17%. Winthrop's favored a little bit. Now, teams on the road usually don't play as well, although there's not really fans going on this year, so maybe that's also going to be different if there aren't fans in the stands. It does thinks that Winthrop's going to win this game, but they're on the road. I don't know. It's not really a great bet because this is still kind of a close game. Same thing down here. North Carolina State favored a little better than Massachusetts Lowell, but these are 2 even better teams than these 2 teams. These odds are distorted though. It looks like you should take the UMass Lowell plus 15.5 based on this. This is a little bit closer. So I guess that's saying take UMass Lowell plus 15.5 points because that's a lot of points. Here's two bad teams. Not yeah. I mean Utah 10% minus 335 at home. Merrimack. Here we have Merrimack better than Iona, and they're plus 170 plus 4.5. So Merrimack plus 4.5 is probably a good pick. Now keep in mind, this is so in its infancy for this season. There are not enough stats in here yet, so this thing is not going to work very well in the first even month. So I want to say that as a caveat. Like this thing's fun to play around with and stuff, but you're going to be learning stuff along the way here, and the schedule's all messed up. Some teams haven't even played yet, so you can't expect this thing to work very well in the beginning. But we're still going to have fun with it. So if you're interested, it's like $100 I'm going to sell it for the month of December, and then we'll talk about going into January because this does take up my time every day to do this. Tennessee Tech and Northern Kentucky, bad teams. These odds are distorted here. Apparently, Tennessee Tech plus at 11.5 might be okay because both these teams are pretty bad so far. Liberty, much more powerful than St. Francis. Actually, I think my lines are screwed up here. Right? Actually, no, this is probably right. See, it says like this makes more sense that Liberty would be heavily favored. Northern Kentucky, it doesn't make sense that they're so heavily favored based on this. Marshall, better than Wright State, but not a great line here. Is this right? I don't know. I got to do some quality assurance testing on that. I just built this whole thing tonight and did all this work for the new year all tonight. So I'm going to obviously be checking this over and then starting to record the results of what happens here in these games and log the history so that we have a look and see how this thing is doing, and we can adjust this and also add in point projections, which I will work on as we go. So anyway, super cool. If there's one thing to take away for Thursday, it's saying that UMass Lowell will cover 15.5 points, I think. But dude, so early in the season. You can't really, and this is kind of sneaky. Merrimack plus 4.5 at least. They think these are both pretty bad teams so far, but you don't know anything yet. Don't know anything yet. The most distorted games, Eastern Illinois heavily favored, Liberty heavily favored. This line is more reasonable than this line at least, but still minus 760 is ridiculous. So anyway, all right, guys, that's college basketball, the first update of the season. If you're interested in this file, let me know, and I'll put you on the list to subscribe, and we'll go from there. Good luck, everyone.